Tyson Fury has done it. This is the at least second UFC fighter calling him out after he said he wants to enter the world of UFC. Stipe Miocic now calling out Tyson Fury. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang, notification gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus using my link below. It does help the channel. I'm Disney Ego. Link in the description. ESPN has an interview with Stipe Miocic, UFC heavyweight champion. And interesting things said. He was on the Ariel Helwani show. And Ariel Helwani was just asking him, hey, DC says he's willing to come back one more time and not retire to face you, in a trilogy. As you guys know, DC stopped Stipe the first fight. Stipe came correct in the second fight and ended up stopping DC, so the rubber match. And Miocic, he tells, as you guys see, Miocic more interested in a Fury fight than Cormier sequel. Says UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic is not intrigued by a third fight with DC, Daniel Cormier, who said that that's the one fight he wants before he retires. Miocic and Cormier, as I said, split their first two fights, scoring a fourth round knockout August 17th. Miocic says eye pokes and punches in that fight and previous ones led to a torn retina. Quote, I got done with the fight and was seeing spots in my eye that I never saw before. Miocic said, it didn't feel right, so I went to the doctor. He said, you have a tear in your retina. It was like dark floaties in my eye. It's gotten better, but it's still there. Miocic is 37, can do some stretching, but not a lot more. He'll visit the doctor in a month to see a timeline for a return. When he's ready, Miocic's interests have turned away from MMA. Quote, Tyson Fury is coming in the mix now, I hear, he said of boxing's lineal heavyweight champion. I like a new challenge. Miocic said he's 100% more interested in fighting Tyson Fury than DC. I'd love to box him. He's a great fighter. He's a good dude, and I think we'd put on the show. With DC, I didn't fluke knock him out. I beat him. I decisively beat him. The first fight, DC caught me with a punch in the first round, but second fight, I won. I didn't get lucky. Right now, a Cormier fight doesn't really intrigue me, but more with the Tyson Fury, I like that. Cormier's 40, told Ariel Helwani's show in September, quote, I'm going to fight this guy again. My intention is to fight him in the right way. It has to be against Stipe. No one else matters. Very interesting. So Tyson Fury, he's left boxing, almost got knocked out by Wilder, really was knocked out. And then, Jack Reese allowed him to keep going for whatever reason. And he turned his sights to ESPN, signed with them, and took really tune-up fights, had a difficult fight with Otto Violin. And in my opinion, Top Rank and Frank Warren, they tried to hurry up in, because you notice while he was in the healing process with the eye injury, a gruesome eye injury at that, sustained in the Otto Violin fight, he immediately tried to wash that from the public's mind and announced all this this WWE wrestling campaign, and this Brom Stroganoff. I mean, I don't know these new wrestlers. I used to watch wrestling back in the day though, but they quickly turned the sights while he was supposed to be resting, recovering, and healing, and they quickly turned it to, Tyson Fury is going to be wrestling in Saudi Arabia, the crown jewel. Woom, woom, woom. He went there, won. I think he's supposed to be on SmackDown, and somewhere along that, Tyson Fury is coming out with the autobiography. He's turned his back on the UK and says he doesn't ever care to fight there again because they didn't, appreciate him when they had him. And he's making money and he's a superstar in America. And he even said he would have Conor McGregor train him for a UFC fight, So I don't know if Stipe, who has some boxing experience from his youth, I don't know if he's trying to box Tyson Fury or if he plans on, Tyson Fury said he would come to the MMA. But I don't think it'll be a good look if Tyson Fury comes to the MMA. My personal thoughts. Francis Ngannou is a beast, and I know Stipe beat him, but since that Ngannou's had some, he kind of got his weight down. He was like real, like huge, big. He's still big as hell, but like it's different, you know. He's working on his gas tank and he's had some good performances. So he has crazy power. And, you know, boxers got to understand these are two different sports, MMA and boxing, just like Mayweather, McGregor. They're two different sports. So they might have little tricks and little nuanced things and quirks that are beneficial if you go into the MMA. Yeah, because your stand-up game's good as a boxer. That don't mean an awkward guy who doesn't know how to box as much. You know, like a true boxer, that could give you some issues, you know, because they're not used to making pure boxing moves only and getting it done with only their fist. MMA is kind of all encompassing of the different martial arts, mixed martial arts, hence the title. So I don't know. I really don't even know how Tyson Fury's recovered from the Wilder fight, because he hasn't fought no puncher like that. So if Tyson Fury, before he gets a title shot with Stipe, I would definitely like to see him fight Francis Ngannou, because if he's running or, you know, avoiding the Deontay Wilder fight, at least fight the UFC. If you're going to go there, at least fight one of their most fierce punchers, if not the most fierce single punch person that they got right now in your division. And Francis Ngannou, who said Mike Tyson would train him, I think that would be big. And then the winner gets Stipe Miocic. We got to stop this in combat sports where, you know, it's just kind of like we live in a social media era with Logan Paul and KSI, two YouTubers. They're getting paid more than actual boxers who dedicated their whole life to it. And I feel like we keep doing this Mario Brothers 3 warp whistle stuff. Stipe Miocic is a respected champion. Again, he just knocked out DC and he was landing some crazy body shots. He really worked for that, you know, from getting knocked out in the first round to coming back correct when people thought he was washed. You know, he's a legit champion. He beat Francis Ngannou and he made Ngannou not look good, you know. So this is a respected guy. And, you know, I don't think people is like popularity, and it's like a popularity contest and stuff. Like this is a high school yearbook and people are disrespecting weight classes and, you know, using star power and popularity leverage to jump the line and, you know, get title shots. Stipe is, you know, he's legit. So I don't feel like somebody should just come into MMA necessarily for the first time. We've already seen that with Mayweather McGregor. You've seen how it played out. So me personally, that's just my personal. I will watch Stipe versus Tyson Fury, but I want to see what, you know, what guys are made of before. Like, why would I want to see you fight the UFC champion of the world in your first MMA fight? You get what I'm saying? Like I said, we just keep seeing this. Like even Logan Paul, KSI, I think these companies and different people are using it like a popularity contest. If they really wanted to be serious, they should have put KSI and Logan Paul and maybe a few boxing tune-ups so we could see what to expect. And so not even that, just so they can improve as boxers. So, and I'm talking about real low level fights. So they could have started in January and both of them build up their, you know, rep a little bit, go 3-0, just get some guys that, you know, that you expect them to beat. They get to work on their craft a little bit, and then KSI Logan Paul, you know, things like that. So we can actually see what you're made of. That's why I would rather see Tyson Fury. If he's serious about campaigning in the MMA, we haven't seen you in the MMA, you know, and you almost got knocked out in boxing. So I would like to see him fight a Francis Ngannou stylistically, and the winner gets either Ngannou gets a rematch with Stipe, or if Tyson Fury can beat a guy like Ngannou in his own sport, then he moves on and advances to Stipe, you know. So Miocic is a beast. Shout out to Cleveland. I don't know what's happening with this Tyson Fury. They could be just like, you know, in cahoots. They all with ESPN and, you know, UFC's on ESPN. It could be just to build. They might know this stuff is not happening. But I wouldn't mind DC versus Miocic 3. But at the moment, Stipe is saying he doesn't really, you know, he's not really checking for that because he won. But I think that they both got knockouts, so why not do the rubber match? John Jones, put him in the mix. You know, there's some different options. One thing I will say is, this is sidebar, but Stipe Miocic reminds me of Woody Harrelson. Every time I see him, he's like an in shape, athletic, but he like looks like he'd be like related to Woody Harrelson. You know, I just always see that. Anyway, Let me know what you guys think. But Stipe said he wants that Fury work. He does have some amateur experience as a boxer. And, you know, Fury dabbling in other people's world. They coming for him. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.